Hello and welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast. This is episode 164. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else a gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Ryan Cross from the Firearms Radio Network, your source for broadcasts for shooters, hunters, and gun enthusiasts. So thanks for joining us. We got a little bit of a smaller hangout this week. We got Chad, Tony, and how's it going, guys?
Great.
It's going great.
Awesome.
Going good.
Chad's wearing a camouflage Santa Claus hat. I have the same one, and I'm so glad I am not wearing it because we just look like a bunch of a-holes.
I would have taken mine off if you were wearing it.
Yeah, that's right. Respect.
Respect.
Yeah, because it's the hat that pushes you guys off in the a-hole status.
Because that hat commands respect. I can't even say it.
Yeah, because all these people listening to this podcast are going to care about the hats y'all are wearing.
Hell, they're not even going to watch the video.
So, what did everyone do in guns this week? I think a couple of us went to gun shows. So, we'll start with Tony. What did you do, man?
So, this week, Wednesday, we went down and settled up at the gun range. The new dates, training dates for Simon Says Training Black Bag Resources 2017. That'll be going out on the website before the new year, of course. Then we went to the gun show at the Oaks. Sean had a table there with Black Bag Resources. Also, another one of my sponsors, New Jersey Concealment Furniture, was there. And my third sponsor, Les from Schaefer Precision Gunworks, was there. And he was kind enough to donate a Ruger 1022 to the Second Is for Everyone diversity shoots. So that will be used during 2017 season to introduce new shooters to the sport in a positive way with a quality firearm that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. So when I get some new shooter to try it out, they will shoot something, be wowed by it, and then find out the price is less than $250 for them to step into the Second Amendment family in New Jersey. So that's what happened to me at the gun show this weekend. Oh, and I picked up probably another sponsor, which is pretty cool. He gave me a bunch of targets. It was Mark from Easy to See Targets. So he may be supporting us too in the 2017 season.
Nice.
So pretty good weekend haul for me.
Cool. How about you, Rob?
I went to the range a few times. Not a whole lot. I got a new toy that the FLIR one, the little adapter, the FLIR adapter for your iPhones or Android cameras.
Yeah,
I've been playing with that, and that's actually pretty cool.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with it over the holidays, learn how to use it, and I'll see if I can't do a review on it.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I tried to get one of those back at was it NRA? No, at that SHOT Show a couple years ago. They're pretty cool. I mean, even in the hot, the average heat of the in January over there in the Las Vegas desert, and it was so bright sun. I was surprised at the amount of contrast that was on there.
What's really cool is when you take pictures of like a person sitting on the couch and they get up and you look at the couch after they're gone, you can still see the couch is red, or where your cat was laying on the floor, and they get up and walk away, you can still see the red, the heat on the floor.
Baby, did you fart? Don't lie, I could see it.
Yes, you can. No more lying.
I feel like that'd be used against me more often than not.
Probably.
I decline to comment on the grounds it probably will incriminate my butt.
How about you, Chad?
Let's see. Because it's the holiday season. Let's see. What did I do? I went and saw the new Star Wars movie. Oh wait, which was kind of cool to try to determine what kind of guns they're using in it. That's about it. Picked up some smoke grenades from U.S. Tactical Supply here. They gave me a couple to review. They're pretty cool. They had a short video on them. So here in the near future, I'll set up some targets and go toss a few out there, or just wait till the riots happen again and toss a few out there.
Nice.
Hey, don't be lackadaisical. Start a riot. Then throw them out there.
Yeah, be a leader, not a follower.
Hey, I'm in Oregon.
Yeah, what kind of waste are you?
Start one.
Hey, listen, remember the last ride you were at? Boston Tea Party turned out pretty good for us. Get it started, Pop.
Yeah, see, it's a good thing I was there, huh?
I love the old jokes.
Yeah, I heard he still has the red coat.
He still has the headdress.
Nice.
All right, so this week I went to a gun show, the Washington Arms Collectors Show down at the Puyallup Fairgrounds in Washington State. Pretty lackluster. I've been there once before, but it's been a couple of years. You just get all the old guys that have old surplus stuff, and they're trying to get rid of it. A lot of overpriced SKSs, and a lot of holster manufacturers. Small guys working out of their shop.
What was the price?
I couldn't believe some.
What was the price on the overpriced
like the SKSs
Yeah.
were like, God, they were like $5 something, $6 something. I was like, what is going on here? Of course you got the Polymer 80 guys. That's the latest trend. Is every gun show I go has people that are dealers for Polymer 80. So I always like to talk to them and ask, well, have you actually milled one of these out? Because I'm in the process of getting that done. Just kind of working with the tools that I have. And surprisingly, not a lot of them have experience with it, or they could speak more to like the AR lowers than the polymer Glock 17 frames. But I walked around like 3-4 times. Aaron from the Off-Road podcast met us there. And then I brought my buddy TJ, and it was freaking cold. Holy crap! It was freezing. But yeah, we didn't buy anything. We just kind of walked around and hemmed and hawed and joked and stuff, and didn't see anything I needed. I even had the urge to go to 2 gun stores immediately afterwards to spend any money, because I got the green light to buy something for myself that day, and I just nothing tickled my fancy. I've reached that level in my gun hobby that I'm just I don't know, jaded, or maybe nothing tickles my fancy really anymore. I was almost tempted to pick up a Kel-Tec Sub 2000 2.0. They had a flat dark earth one, 9mm Glock 17 mags, and it was like $534. And I was like, well,
why didn't you do it?
I was really tempted to get that. I didn't. I'm actually trying to build a Glock 19 using Lone Wolf parts right now, and I just got the frame in, and I'm kind of waiting on the slide. So I know there's going to be a big purchase, and I'm going to have it like either painted or engraved. I'm definitely going to have a red dot, a slide melt, and a red dot installed on there. So I think I'm going to save my pennies for that.
Is it going to say Big Papa on the side?
No, it's going to say roll pin.
No, it's going to say Magpul. It's going to have that big Magpul logo on it. That's what it's going to say. It's going to have the Magpul logo on it.
Probably.
So I think I'm actually sick, because we went to Cabela's, and my fiance, she was like, well, I need to fill your stocking. Okay. Well, she walked around and she couldn't really find much. She didn't really know what I was into, because she doesn't listen to the show apparently. And she does listen to the show, or at least overhears some of it, because we walked into the Magpul section, and she's like, well, what do you need that's Magpul? And I'm like, oh God, I've been dreaming of this moment all my life. I'm going to have a and then I was like, you know what? I don't need anything.
If your girlfriend is listening, just get him a gift certificate to Magpul.com. He'll figure it out.
Like, if anything, I'd want the furniture for one of the shotguns, but I haven't made up my mind yet whether I want a 870, a 590 A1, or just a regular 500 and kit it up, because I don't have a Magpul shotgun.
You want all of them.
Either way, you don't want any. You don't want any of those. You need like a Benelli or something.
Hold on.
Well, I can't put Magpul furniture on the Benelli, so why would I bother wasting my time?
Well, pull your strings at Magpul and tell them to make you some.
No, here's the thing. You're forgetting this part. SHOT Show's next month. Yeah, get the gift certificate, because Magpul's going to come out with new stuff at SHOT Show.
That's so true.
Yeah. Well, then it turned out that she yelled at me because if I didn't need anything at the store, it means I've spent too much money on everything Magpul I already have. So I was like, how is this on me? But anyway, Yeah, that's what I did in guns this week. We're really working on that that Glock 17 from Lone Wolf, or that Glock 19. Now I've got the lower, and with the UAT trigger in there, and I'm really excited to review on that. But nobody's got a Glock 19 slide. Well, at least Lone Wolf doesn't, and I'm not sure if I want to make a Frankenstein build and go with a different manufacturer's upper, like
Adam's
Zev
Arms.
or Voodoo. Yeah, Adam's Arms, Voodoo. Or agency. I'm not really sure if I want to do that. I think I might just be patient because apparently they said they were working on something new in the slide department. I just don't know if I can wait a couple months to see that come to fruition. But
you know what you're going to do? Whatever.
That's what I did.
You're going to go ahead and buy the one now. Then when they come up with the new one, you just make another gun.
Probably.
Yeah, true. I did think about getting the Tactical Solutions 22 upper to just shoot 22 with it until I can get like an actual 9mm slide that's from Lone Wolf.
Well, remember, you got that polymer 80 lower, so
yeah, I know.
you
Well,
have
that's
an extra slide, no big deal.
Is it done yet? The polymer 80 lower is not complete.
Oh, it's Ryan. It's the year's not up yet.
Oh well, no, I'm just saying this. Remember,
it's not that I'm procrastinating. It's just my equipment. Like the drill press I have is really old, and it's like from Sears when Sears actually made drill presses. And then
they made good stuff back then. Ask Tony.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Well, and I got a Harbor Freight XY axis vise, but it just interferes with that drill press the way that the shaft is on there. So I got to like disassemble the vise in order to get it to work because I honestly just need it to go one direction. I don't need it to go both X and Y. I just need it to go X. So I need to like actually disassemble and pull one of the adjustment arms off so that I can get it clamped down really good underneath the drill press. But I'm already boring Chad, and that's saying something. So I'm going to move on to
No, the reason I was going to say something about the Glock 17 lower was maybe you want to contact Arms Corps, see if you can get that Glock 22 TCM upper. I mean, that'll be cool. Not a lot of people have tried that out. And you'd have a lower for a Glock 17. Nothing wrong with asking.
It is true. That is true. Can I put a 5.56 suppressor on it?
Probably. I don't know if it comes threaded though.
You might want to check because that 22 round
can happen.
It was a screaming round.
Oh, it worked with a 5.56 suppressor though.
There you go.
Probably.
I just have to get a barrel threaded correctly and long enough so that I can use one of those AAC 51 tooth brakes on there first before I can attach the can I'm getting. Anyway, so the announcements, we're going to get into that. The bandwidth sponsor for the podcast is Patriot Patch Co. I'm happy to say that all the things we had on pre-order, or most of them, are being fulfilled as we speak. So the 1911 mat, I just got some in. They look fantastic. The sweatshirt, the Freedom Switch sweatshirt, as well as the trophy, the participation trophy morale patch, and the Luke 2236 Bible verse patch. Those are all being fulfilled. So the only thing is the World War II pinup 3-pack that's still available for pre-order right now. We're working on finalizing that with the manufacturer. And we do have a new patch of the month up because the Santa Claus for December is sold out so quickly. So for the January, we have the New Year's resolution ammo can. So it's an ammo can that's got some chained or some linked ammo coming out of it. And it's got a little note taped to the side. It says New Year's resolutions, buy more guns, shoot more ammo, eat more bacon. And then there's a blank spot at the bottom for you to write in your own resolution. So if you want to put kick more ass or, just repeat timestamp, anything you want.
She's going to say get married, right?
Yeah, that'll fit on there. And then you can just check the box when you do it. So $15 to be subscribed to that, and you get one sticker as well as the patch. And I've already got February's worked out, and we're working on that. So you definitely want to get subscribed so you don't miss out.
Is my son gonna steal the sticker again, like this month?
Probably. Sticker? I don't know. Get control of your kids, man. That's not my problem.
I know. I mean, he's advertising for you, though. He stuck it on his water
That's
jug
true.
thing.
He needs to get a Patriot Patch tattoo on his forehead so he can really be advertising for us.
I don't think that'll go.
I'd get it on the small of my back, but that means I'd have to cover up my Magpul tattoo, and I just don't really want to do that.
Oh,
Maybe you could get it right here around your neck. You know,
beat me
right
to
around
that.
your neck.
Yeah, baby. All right, so then we got the new listener support program, or it's not really new, continued. So the firearmsradio.tv, go to that website and go to the pledge page. You can pledge support to this podcast, the Gun and Gear Review podcast, or any of your other favorite podcasts on the network, and that money goes directly to, especially if you donate money to this podcast, that money is going to go to us acquiring new gear to review for you guys. And depending on the amount of money that you pledge, that you get more and more swag from Patriot Patch Co. as a reward. So make sure you check that out. You also want to go to Black Bag Resources if you're still doing some Christmas shopping or you just want to get some good deals using the coupon code Big Papa. That's BIGPOPPA for $5 off. Yeah, right. For $5 off one of two trauma packs, the Quick Clot trauma pack or the Rapid Response trauma pack. They're basically the same thing, just different packaging. But $5 off either one of those. I've got links in the show notes. And if you want to order more things from Black Bag Resources and donate them to Tony so he can give them away on the Second Is for Everyone diversity shoots, you can use the coupon code Simon Says Train, and that'll give you free shipping because it's not being shipped; it's being handed directly to Tony. And then you get that warm, satisfying feeling inside that you did something good and you donated to a worthy cause for the Second Amendment. That said, also check out the TGC store, the Gun Collective, John Patton, Patriot Patch designed and is fulfilling some products for John. Every $5 you spend gets you a chance to win a $3,000 rifle and a $1,500 hunting trip. So make sure you do that and start racking up your points in order to win that. So that leads us to the main topic. And so we actually got 2 reviews this week. I'm going to go first because I know mine will be very fast. There's only so much I can say about this product. But being that Christmas is upon us in 5 days, I figured it would be appropriate to review this product. It's probably maybe a little bit cutting it close for acquiring this on your own, especially if you're listening live today. But by the time you're listening, this is probably Christmas Eve or Christmas, and you'll just have to put a note on your calendar to get one of these for next year. So what I am reviewing is the Molly Elite Tactical Christmas Stocking. This is made by LA Police Gear. So this is one of the finest tactical stockings that I've been able to find out there. I've had one for a couple years now, and I just got a green one this year, and I gave away my black one that I used to have the last Christmas party I went to. So these stockings are pretty awesome. They're designed to basically emulate some of the features you see on like a tactical vest. So it's got some some M buckles on the toe there. It's got a very large compartment, and it's got a vertical zipper. You can unzip that, and then you have lots of ability to shove something in there for Christmas gift stocking stuff, where you could really just pack this thing full and then zip it closed, and you're not limited to having a small mouth at the top to fit everything in there. So not only that, it has a tactical clip for attaching to a nail to hang it from your mantle, and that also has a second one on the bottom. So if you wanted to get a couple of these and daisy chain them together, say one for you, one for your kid, or one for you, one for your wife, you could do that. Just chaining them together like that. And then also it's got a patch panel on the top, a 3x4 Velcro panel for putting your favorite morale patches. I know it works very well with the Patriot Patch morale patches. I cannot say whether it's compatible with other competitors' morale patches. So I honestly wouldn't waste your time. Make sure you put a Patriot Patch on there. I've actually got the Silent Night Santa Claus from this month's Patch of the Month on there right now. This kind of additional pouch does not come with it. I have this attached. When I ordered this from LA Police Gear, I wanted to make sure I could throw on another accessory on there so that I can increase the volume of my stocking and thus increasing my yield come Christmas Day. So I just grabbed their little 4x4 admin pouch and put it on there. So it does have MOLLE webbing on there. If you wanted to put mag pouches, or anything else, a holster. If you're hoping to get a gun for Christmas, they can just put it right in the holster. There's also a small marsupial patch just below the MOLLE webbing. It does not have a lot of room for anything. I mean, I guess you could, kind of fold up and shove lotto tickets in there. It is kind of a nice felt material. So if you wanted to put a secondary patch, it does stick to that very well if it has the hook backing. It is not reversible, so on the back of it, so it does only go one way. But I think most people's stockings are hanging, with the toe facing to the right. But I don't know, your household might be different, so it's a bummer that it's got to go one way, especially if everyone else's stockings is going the other way. Also, a very nice thing, it's got this really nice heavy-duty carry handle or drag handle. You might, if you've ever served or had a tactical vest, you might recognize this as being on the back, so that if you're down, your buddy can grab a hold of the handle and drag your butt back to cover. So it's got that on there. It's kind of nice and rubber, and you really feel like if this was stuffed with ammo and it weighed 20, 30 pounds, that you could easily carry it to your car or carry it to where you need to go with the handle on there. So that's a really nice feature. I feel like you could really load this thing up. I put a lot of ammo boxes in it just to experiment, and honestly, it held up just fine. Short of making a cast of molten lead and putting as much weight as I can in here, I really don't think you're going to break it with loading it up unless you're like tugging on the clip and it separates where this clip swivels. That would be kind of the only weak spot I could see. But overall, that's the tactical stocking. Comes in a couple different colors. I'll get to that when I read the full review for you guys real quick. So the claim to fame, the Ultra Super Deluxe version of their standard tactical Christmas stocking. Bring some tactical cheer to your fireplace, foxhole, police department, or forward operating base. The target market is Christmas stockings or Christmas stocking users of all ages. You don't necessarily have to celebrate Christmas, but the stocking kind of goes along with that. The features and benefits, the vertical zipper opening gives you a much bigger access without that small mouth. That's unusual, typical Orthodox stockings. The rubber carry handle, the MOLLE webbing, the 2 swivel hanger clips, the small marsupial pouch, and the 3x4-inch Velcro panel for morale patches. The other colors and aesthetic options available: black, coyote, or OD green. So if you want to get this for everyone in the family, it's really easy to get all 3 colors, and then it's really easy to know whose is whose. The fact that it does have the Velcro on there, if each of you, let's say this is a police department, everyone had their own last name on patch name tags. You can just stick those on there just as easily. So I do have a review in there right off the website. I'm basically saying he was expecting it to be something cheaply made, but it's a lot better than he expected. The price points, MSRP is $20, but they do go on sale, especially around Christmas time. So right now they're $9, which is a steal. I actually just saw a very similar one at a local grocery store, Fred Meyer, and they had it for $30, but of course they had a $50 or 50% off Christmas accessory sale, but that would still be $15. So if you get it for $9 on the LA Police Care website, you can even buy the extra MOLLE compatible pouches if you wanted to expand on it right there from the same source. So it's a really good buy from them. So I got the link to the website. If you need it now, I just get it directly from LA Police Gear. So my rating, I gave it an 8.5 is great. It accepts, for the pros, accepts additional pouches via the MOLLE webbing. The carry handle for carrying it when it's really heavy. It's linkable for multiple stockings by daisy chaining them together. The smaller marsupial pouch does work with other morale patches if you wanted to kind of kit it up. Cons, like I said, that marsupial patch is really small and almost kind of useless. You can't really put too much in there. So they could have replaced that with a much larger pouch because there's kind of a lot of unused area around that. The carry handle overlaps and covers up the patches when you've got this thing hanging, which is kind of a bummer, especially if you got a beautiful Patriot patch on there. It's kind of covering it up. Then there's no way for it to really stay up and out of the way, even when you have this thing full. And then, like I said, it is non-reversible. So there you go. I love this thing. Like I said, I got one for actually a white elephant Christmas party where everyone brings a gift, and it's kind of a mystery, and then you pull numbers out of a hat and you draw one, and then when your number is called, you can steal someone else's gift or open up a new package if you're not familiar with how white elephant works. So I actually filled this thing with some whiskey and a 50 caliber pen and some other, like some lotto tickets and some other like tactical stuff I just had in my junk drawer. And it was a hit. It was funny to watch all my buddies fighting over it and trying to steal it for each other. So that's my review. You guys have any questions?
No, but I was going to tell you that, you didn't think of the biggest thing that would fit in that tiny marsupial pouch. $100 bills. Come on, man. Put a C note or two in there for you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, can I come to your Christmas party, Chad?
Yeah.
No, I'm hinting. For
I
your
think Chad
fiance.
should buy all of us the stocking.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff with $100 bills, big money.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love that idea. No,
It
but
wouldn't be a bad idea for me to like order some more this year and then give them away next year for the show because they are really fun.
Well, I mean, I've got one of those and it's really well built. I mean, it's not like they just threw a bunch of crap together and put it on there. I mean, it's very well built. It's not going to come apart.
Yeah, they do have a cheaper
Cool.
version that looks a little bit more like a traditional stocking. It's got kind of like the fluffy top cuff, and it's just got some molly on it, and that's it. Don't waste your time with that. Just get the actual the full version, this elite version, because it's definitely worth the money, and it's only $9 right now. I don't know what it's going to go back up to when their sale ends and after Christmas is over, but it's definitely worth investing in for next year.
Nice.
So, yep. So moving on, Chad's got a review.
Oh, it's amazing. That was one of the other things I did in guns was, decided to write some reviews of stuff I have. So today we have something that I'm assuming some people might like for Christmas. It is the GunTech USA 15-inch Airlight handguard. Okay, so it's an AR-15 accessory, as most people can guess. So GunTech's been around since, 1989, so about the only person on the podcast is Tony that can remember that long ago. They make tons of accessories here in the U.S. for AR-15s, AR-10s, AKs, even some others, guns. So the one I received is M-Lock, so don't be worried. We're still kind of doing something Magpul on the show for you guys, or at least for Ryan. They also make key mod if you're into that kind of thing. If you like thin handguards, you will really like this. I don't know if it'll show on the video, but probably not. It's pretty darn thin. It's 1.5 inches wide and almost 1.975 inches tall, and it has a full-length rail on the top, so that's where it gets the height from. It's got an inside diameter of 1.34 inches, and even though it is M-Lock, it only has 3 M-Lock slots at the very front of the handguard, 3 at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock position. So the rest of the handguard is cut with these like triangle patterns and stuff to lighten it up. But it is light. When I stuck it on my scale, it weighed 9.6 ounces with the barrel nut, with the screws. So it's pretty darn light for a 15-inch handguard. It is a full 15-inch handguard. So they say 8.9 on their site, but I figured I'd give you what I got too. So there is that. The installation was pretty straightforward, which is good because it did not come with any instructions. Once you get the old parts off, of course, you slide the barrel nut on and tighten as normal. If it does not line up, they supply shims to get the proper torque on the barrel nut so it'll line up with the 90-degree, screws to put the handguard on. I actually had to use one shim to get the holes to line up. I would also recommend, they sell a crowfoot wrench. I'd recommend buying that when you get the handguard because it does make life easier. So then, typical install the gas block, etc. And then you slide the handguard on and put these 4 screws on each side and the 2 on the bottom. Tighten them up. Loctite or something similar is always a good idea. Then you're pretty much finished installing it. So safety check your firearm and maybe go to the range. Now, depending on where the gas block's located, you might run into some M-lock mounting problems. This is a mid-length gas system, and the mid-length gas block that I have happens to make it run into the third back mounting spot. So if you want to try to mount something there, it's pretty much impossible. If you had a carbine length gas system, you would be fine. Same with if you had a rifle length gas system, you're going to probably make it so the outermost M-lock slot is not usable. The reason is because it is so small that even if you were to grind the screws on the M-lock stuff, they won't quite fit. So there is that. But, like I said, if you're worried about it, there is that. I've been running this handguard for a couple months. Being that it's really, really thin, helps you shoot thumb over bore if you do that. Or if you have somebody with smaller hands, children, maybe some women, maybe people like Tony, will be able to grab it better and be able to work it better than some of the larger diameter handguards. And I did notice it heats up faster than some larger diameter handguards, but basically you got to do 3 or 4 30-round mag dumps before it gets quite warm. Nothing. Now, if you're running it on an auto, that may cause a problem. It doesn't have really any sharp ends. They beveled the Picatinny rail on the end. It's flat on the end, so it won't really get caught on anything. It does also come with these little it comes with 9 of them, which covers all holes. These little rubber M-lock covers, I guess is what you would call them. And they kind of go in the M-lock slot. So there is that. Now, if you wanted to put a suppressor under this, I think you're out of luck. So there is also that, but that's the price you pay for a super thin handguard. This is basically their new Airlight version. They make so much stuff. If you're looking for one that actually has M-lock slots the whole way down it, they do make one. Not in their Airlight series, but I think it weighs like 10.5 ounces. So it's still not a huge weight increase. They also make them, I think, for like $10 more. You can get it in a bunch of different colors. Some are anodized and some are Cerakoted. So there is that also. So the 8 key points we got here: claim to fame, 15-inch, really light AR-15 handguard. Imagine that. The target market's anyone who owns an AR-15 that wants a light handguard or a thin handguard. The features and benefits: it's your standard T6 aluminum body. It comes with a lightweight aluminum barrel nut, and also mention on the barrel nut, it does not run into the gas tube, so theoretically you can take it on and off without the gas tube if you wanted to. The total weights, they state 8.9. I measured it at 9.6, which is still light. It's got 3 M-lock slots on the three sides of the front end of the handguard, which means the sides and the bottom. It's got triangle diamond cuts to reduce weight. The rail system slides over the barrel nut, is locked up against the receiver with the 6 screws. It does have what they call a monolithic top rail, which it butts up quite nicely against the receiver, so it's pretty seamless. The holes in the handguard are a little bit oversized, so you can slide it forward, backwards, line it up a little bit to help. It's 15-inch rail. The internal diameter and outside diameter are already stated. It is made in the U.S. The other colors or finishes, you can get key mod, or you can get red, OD green, flat dark earth, or blue. I think some of their stuff you can also get in white. So if you want white. I didn't find out what others were saying. There wasn't really anything. Put a link to other reviews. We Like Shooting did one on their 12-inch standard handguard. Being that this is fairly new, I couldn't really find any reviews on the Airlight version. The price point, MSRP, is only $129.95. The retail, I was able to find it for $111.71 at Optics Planet. So basically, that's a great deal for the handguard you're getting. So if you need it now, pretty much Optics Planet. You can probably find it a few other places. Gun Tech only sells to dealers, so you can't actually buy directly from them. So our rating, the pros, it's lightweight, sturdy, complete top rail, it's small diameter. It is a free float, kind of obvious. It's made in the USA. It has a great price. You can get multiple color options, and it does come with the little rubber covers. The cons, there's no instructions. There's only M-lock slots at the front. It does not have any QD attachment points, which I would have liked. I wouldn't think it would be that hard to drill the proper size hole in certain locations. And the M-lock screws run into certain gas block locations. But on that note, I gave it a score of 8, which is great. So you guys got any questions?
I'm just seeing something weird because I looked it up and it seems the Walmart has it for $91.88.
That is possible because anybody can advertise on like the Walmart online price. So yeah.
All right, I was just wondering about it because now it seems. Oh, and because my gas block is mid-length also, and hearing what you said about the screws, now all of a sudden
it's a 2. Yeah.
Well, I looked up the Connect QDM lock mount from Kinetic's development group.
Yeah.
And that might work because it just snaps right on the other side of that M-lock, so there are no screws holding it on. The Picatinny rail section from them. Yeah, I was like, 90-something bucks. Kinetic Energy, Kinetic.
The thing is for the price and what you get, it is really a good deal. I was really impressed with the weight. The price is just, it's half the price of a lot of others out there.
Especially thin.
Yeah, if you can get it for $100, why not?
How much of a pain in the butt was it installing it without their special wrench or whatever it is?
I would pay the like $15 or whatever for I think it's an inch and 3/16 or whatever wrench.
Yeah.
The only other problem you have is it's not a huge thing, but without the wrench, you don't really have a way of torquing it down.
Which one is it? The breaker bar socket wrench adapter for the ultralight?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's $19.95.
Yeah, and you may be able to get them other places also.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a standard, crowfoot wrench, so to speak.
Okay. No, I was just asking.
But really, even if you can buy it for $91 or whatever you're saying, plus $20, you're looking at a good handguard for $110.
Yeah, something you didn't really mention is that because of it's got so many lightning cuts, and some of those windows are actually pretty generous. If you were using an adjustable gas block for shooting suppressed or even not, and you had like the Govna or the Sequence Precision adjustable gas block or any of the other adjustable gas blocks, then you could probably, chances are, easy access to adjusting your gas block using these windows. You'll be able to get either the tip of a bullet or your Allen tool in there and make that adjustment.
Depending on the gas block that you have, most of those adjustable ones are like an inch long or thereabouts.
Yeah.
And so it would hit, about here on one of the long slots, kind of. Yeah, you could, you wouldn't be able to adjust it much like going in from the end, but you still would be able to maybe make fine adjustments.
Right. Also, depending on what barrel length you're running anyway. But I really like this. I mean, I think you don't really need full length M-lock slots running all the way down the sides.
Right.
You typically only use the front for either the bipod or some kind of hand stop or even flashlights. So I like it when they only put 3 slots at the end, because that's really all you need.
The only thing I noticed that, like, if you run like an angled foregrip or something, there's no way to attach it back. Depending on where you want it from here back, you're kind of limited.
Yeah.
So if you ran it here, but if you run a hand stop, it's probably up here farther. So.
Yeah, well, I haven't thought you needed full Picatinny rail or M-lock or any of it, because you don't put that many things on your firearm.
Well, yeah, you put a flashlight. This has a full top rail, so you're probably, if you put a flip up sight on it or something. I put a little chunk of pick rail on the bottom. Just that was the piece I used to try to fit here and there. But really, like I said, if you're running a carbine gas system, then you have use of all 3 of them.
Yeah. It's real clean. Doesn't have any like really ugly markings or logos on them besides the USA.
Yeah,
and the length
and the M-lock logo.
Yeah,
that's really the only marking on it.
Yeah, I like that. I don't like it when they put big old ugly branding on there.
Yeah,
and it's cool. It comes in multiple colors, and those are anodized, right?
Not all of them. Some are Cerakoted. It depends. Okay. It depends on which color. I think you'd have to click on the link and check it out, or go to their website. But like I said, they make so much different stuff. I mean, they basically make the same thing for an AR-10 and other stuff. But, if you wanted all the M-lock slots, even those, they make... I was surprised at how much stuff they actually make. I mean...
That's one of the advantages of having a mature company, though. They've been around for a while.
Right.
Companies out there act as if there are only 2 firearms available, AKs or ARs. And it's like, well, no, there's other stuff too,
Yeah, I mean, like they also sent this minimalist stock that I'll review here in, I don't know, a while.
Is it fixed or adjustable?
It is fixed.
All right.
The only adjustment is this little screw, so you can adjust how the butt plate sits.
Okay.
And they make 2 different ones. This is the shorter of the 2. They make one that's an inch longer also. But yeah, it's fixed, beat the heck out of it. So I'll review that later. So
cool.
Right on. Well, we're gonna move on to the two products we're going to talk about on this week. So the first up, we got a new optic from Sig Sauer. So adding to their electro optics line, the Romeo 6. It looks to be very much like an Aimpoint, but competitor. So they offer two different variants in the Romeo 6 line, the T and the H. So the Romeo 6T is more expensive, and that's because it actually has some solar panels on there with two supercapacitors that'll increase. It provides 9 hours of battery-free life, in direct sunlight, with a battery backup for longer days on the range, overcast, wintertime, that kind of thing. So if you're really looking to get the most out of your battery, I'm not sure if they use 2032, Chad. So please calm down. Doesn't look like it.
No,
it uses the smaller.
No, it does look like it, because if you look at the picture, that thing on the side is
the
probably
tray?
is the battery door.
Ooh, you're right.
Uh-huh.
Only you would spot that.
just because I reviewed that HoloSun one that had something very similar.
All right. So if you want the solar panels, $720. Well, if you do not want the solar panels, you can get the cheaper version for only $539, $540. So, definitely going to be competing with Aimpoint on the shelves there. They both are going to be available with different reticles to choose from. So they've got a ballistic circle dot and a ballistic circle plex quad reticle. And each reticle has 4 options to choose from. So you kind of choose which reticle you like. Obviously, it's red, unlimited eye relief, mounts onto Picatinny, and it makes use of one of SIG's really cool features in their optics is they call it the MOTAC. It's motion activated illumination. So basically, when you pick up your rifle, it turns on. So you never have to worry about if you're in a combat situation or training situation. Did you leave it on? Did you turn it off? You pick it up, it senses that motion, and it turns on. So that's a really great function on those SIG optics. What are you guys' thoughts?
You really want my thought?
Oh, go ahead.
Actually, SIG has been coming out with some pretty cool stuff, but I'm like, okay, what's the battery life going to be? Even with the solar panel, the thing I love about it is the auto on, auto off, just by moving it.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of something that's pretty darn cool, but what else are you giving me? Are you giving me, a warranty where I destroy it and you'll give me a new one? It's kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, what do we think street price is going to be? $650 for the one and like $450 for the other one.
Yeah, I mean, at $450, I think it'd be a really good option. I mean, especially if you're not really looking at EOTechs anymore because of that whole scandal, but
right.
You don't really have the chump change to jump up to Aimpoint necessarily, or maybe where you usually go, they don't even carry Aimpoint. The nice thing about SIG is that it's in a lot of shelves right now. I know Cabela's carries them. What?
Well, old boy can put C notes in stockings. He's got money to buy a daggone Aimpoint.
I don't know. He's getting all these optics for free.
That's how he's going to scam his way into the darn thing.
Do you want me to send him an email?
Yes, send SIG an email. Of course.
The only experience I have shot a rifle with one of their small SIG red dots on it. Either like micro red dots or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And I must say, even though the housing seemed a little small on that particular one, it was clear, it was bright, it was really a nice red dot. So I'm assuming that, even though this is bigger, it's more geared toward a rifle, something that you could actually use and never have problems with.
Yeah.
Kind of to compete with the aim points.
Yep. So
go ahead.
I was just going to mention that it mounts using that single cantilever ring onto Picatinny, like an Aimpoint Patrol optic.
Right. Or some of the older aim points.
Right.
Yep. I wonder what size it is, if it's like a 34 or so kind of a standard, aim point mount would work.
Not sure.
Said it was a 30.
It might have. I just might have missed it. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was speed reading a lot of stuff and I was trying to find out different things about it. My thing
You don't speed do anything.
No.
Man, you're a curmudgeon. But I look at it this way. SIG was serious about coming into the optics market. They were serious about going into the ammo market. When they decided to diversify, they went big and they didn't go home. A lot of SIG fanboys will jump on it because they will buy anything that has SIG written on it. And it just gives you yet another option. And if it's cheaper than some of the aim points, even better. I don't know whether, it's not going to have that reputation yet because the aim point was built, its reputation was built during the global war on terror. So that's why it's good, because the dudes have beat it up all over the planet. You don't know if SIGs are there. I like the automatic cutoff or automatic cut on, because especially for a home defense firearm, any of them that turn on and off by themselves is great. Because, again, you don't know the battery life. A lot of these things usually have 2-year battery lives, 2-3 years, but you never know.
Yeah.
So, and you got a quality company like SIG behind it, so I don't think you can go wrong. The only question is, what's the street price?
Yeah. And I don't think we'll know for a couple months.
Yeah, because it's not even on the website yet that I can see.
Yeah, I was looking.
Nice little spot between the Romeo 5 and the Romeo 7 for that to fit in, and it kind of fits the red dot category very well. You got the Romeo 4 and 5 that are more like the Spark Vortex, very small, compact red dot sight. But you jump up to the 7, and you get much more of that elongated tube. So it's kind of fits nicely in between those two models.
Yeah, kind of excited about the whole thing.
Yeah. The other thing is, they're gray and black. SIG chooses to give all their optics that gray coating. So if you wish, you might have to Cerakote it black if that clashes with your rifle. I don't know if you're that kind of guy that color codes the rifle or whatnot, but I don't mind the gray color. That battleship gray just does something for me.
You beat me to
Tony,
it.
don't you love it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Right.
Battleship gray. It's stealth gray. It's disruptive gray. It's destructive gray. Shut up. It's gray. It's battleship gray.
Everyone knows the zombie apocalypse is going to be monotone. Everything's going to be gray. You want to blend in to the concrete jungle, okay?
Yeah, the urban camo. I'm like, well, yeah, okay. I lived in New Brunswick. I've done work in Newark, Camden. Yeah, nothing was really that color gray. I don't know what you're blending into running around with an AR, but okay, whatever.
All right, so the next product we're going to talk about to wrap up the show, I'm actually kind of excited to talk about because I did not even see it coming. Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. So Smith & Wesson. Woo!
Oh, I'm as excited as I was about the Saint.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, my child.
What does it take to get you excited, Tony?
Hey, listen.
It's you know what? It's not dipped in dollar bills. That's why you're not excited.
If it's dipped in dollar bills, yes, I'd be excited. If it still had the beaver tail, I'd be excited. If they said anything about changing out Smith & Wesson's sucky M&P full size pistol trigger, I'd be excited.
It's got a refined trigger on it.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Does it have an Apex trigger on it? Okay, because that's what those things. Does it have the trigger from a Smith & Wesson Shield on it?
No,
because that's what it needs. I'm just saying. I think it's cool because this thing probably came out of the new Army program for their new pistol. I know Glock put something in. I know Beretta came up with their M4A3 or M9A3.
Yep.
That was summarily dismissed by the Army. They didn't want anything to do with that. But the cool thing is we get these guns on the civilian market. I think it's cool, but I don't know why Smith & Wesson has Glock on the mind. Glock is a good issue firearm, but the minute it hits the civilian market, everybody slaps something else on it. You know what I mean? So why make it like the PPQ or the VP9? I mean, those are really the out-of-the-box awesome polymer striker-fired pistols these days, not the Glock.
I just want to know why they dropped the beaver tail. Some people need that.
Yeah,
I love the beaver tail. That's why I bought a lone wolf timber wolf frame, because I need to have something to protect the meat of my hand. A regular Gen 3 Glock will eventually start to nick at it.
Yeah, they drop something that people get added on.
So do you guys ever get the impression that these manufacturers come up with the 2.0, 3.0, the Glock Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, then Gen 4, just to get all the people that are fans to go out and just buy the next best gun coming out of Smith & Wesson or Glock or H&K or whoever?
I think they upgrade or they bring what fans want or what people ask for or what the market demands. I just think they do it like a year or 3 behind the curve. I mean, people still coming out with new key mod stuff. It's like, that's over.
It's a better textured grip. I guess it comes with 4 palm swell grip inserts instead of 3 like the others, but and a better trigger. Until we feel the trigger, we're never really going to know. But it's got some finish on it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, new finish.
It's got more stippling.
Corrosion resistant armor night finish. Is that like Colt aluminum?
Colt aluminum. Yeah.
Colt aluminum.
Yeah, it's our new thing. You mean Cerakote?
It's like Glock Tenifer or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got more aggressive stippling on it.
Now, what I got is funny is the calibers, 9mm and 40.
That's why'd they come out with 40?
Well, 40's freaking awesome.
Well, where's
the whatever?
7C?
Hey, everybody loves the comeback. 40's gonna make a comeback.
Yeah, when the 9 disappears.
Yeah, well, my thing is this: calm down with the. There's no difference in between caliber, but everybody goes, well, why would you get a 40? Some people might just want a more faster.
Because screw metric. That's why.
Oh, okay.
And don't tell me it's 10mm, because it's 40.
It's 10mm.
None of this millimeter stuff.
It's much bigger than. It's much bigger than the 9.
If you don't want metric, you got to go to like the 45. I mean, because it's.
Except they don't make this a 45.
Yeah, exactly.
Another annoying thing, and it's just somebody from one of the sucky states. It has a 17-round magazine. Well,
I'm sure they'll sell it with a 10-rounder.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. So pretty much, if you live in a state that you're stuck, like I am, like people in Colorado, I don't know who else was stuck with a 15-rounder. But why would I go for a 10-round magazine that's going to cost me $45, a 10-round 9mm magazine, when I can get a 15-round 40 caliber magazine?
Hopefully I get you. Hopefully for some of those states, it uses the same magazine. So if your old M&P were grandfathered in, hopefully they'll work in this gun.
And I mean, I've seen this because I tried to look at every comment category, and people talk about the Smith & Wesson M&P triggers. And people go, well, the triggers doesn't suck that bad. Trigger's something you need to work your way through. No, it's not something you need to work your way through. If your trigger's sucky, work on it. I mean, practice with it and get as good as you can with it. But the minute you get a trigger job done, you'll see the night and day difference,
The weird thing, like, this is me personally, but the M&P triggers, that pivoting, whatever you want to call it, I just don't care for it. I mean, like the Glock triggers, a stock Glock trigger, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But this pivoting thing, just, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't shot enough rounds through an M&P. But yeah, it just bothers me.
Really, I've shot the M&P in 40 cal, full size. I've shot the Smith & Wesson Shield Performance Center. And I never thought about how the trigger pivots. It really doesn't bother me that much. Or hardly at all.
That's just personal preference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I just don't care for it. If I had one, I would change the trigger, but
Put an Apex
that's
trigger in
me.
it and be able to shoot it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I could shoot it. It's just
You shoot it better when you're comfortable or you have a better trigger. I mean, that's
Right.
just a fact. I think it's pretty cool. I'm not really super excited, but hey, it's a new one. Let's check it out. See what happens.
Yeah.
See what's different. See what the MSRP. And what's up with the extra cuts in the front?
You mean
Mini
above
ME?
the
No, I don't know.
accessory rail?
Yeah, right above the accessory rail. There's some extra cuts for like no
Well,
good reason.
I think the serial number is printed on that. I kind of faintly
Oh,
see
okay.
embossed. So I think that's where the new serial numbers are going to be located.
and they just did it on both sides so that it looks
Maybe.
even.
Symmetrical?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about
Aesthetically
that.
pleasing.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it takes the original M&P magazines. That'd be a huge mistake if it was a whole different set of mags.
Oh, proprietary.
Yeah,
Now I see one. They showed it from different sides in the photos I saw. One side has the thumb safety on it, and then it shows it from the other side, which it doesn't have the thumb safety on that. Now, am I saying is it not ambidextrous,
well,
or do
I
they
think
have both?
I think
that's just
like
two different
the
guns.
Shield, there's with and without.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, even the
Yeah.
M&Ps, the 9, the 45s, and the 40s, you can get those with and without safeties.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can get them with a thumb safety and with a mag safety, or with a thumb safety without a magazine safety.
yeah.
I mean, I think they make all the different models for all the different states that they can.
Either
Right.
states or police departments,
Yeah.
or even gun owners, because it's a process. You feel comfortable with something, and sometimes you don't.
Yep.
When you first get into it, almost everybody I know are nervous about anything that doesn't have a manual safety on it. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't need one. It has internal safeties.
Right. So I mean, I think the only thing they're really missing that everyone's jumping on the bandwagon for is optics ready. You know, putting a plate on there that you can leave on, but if you wanted to take the plate off and use some kind of burst, fast fire, or whatnot. But I imagine there'll be an M&P 2.0 performance center core, whatever,
Right.
down the line.
Sight red dot sight zone
Yeah.
printed on the top.
The sight zone, not to be confused with the
No,
grip zone.
That's when Springfield comes out with it. They'll have the sight zone.
But like I said, when these companies come out with a new one, they're a couple of years behind. Now, how are you coming out with something for 2017 and it doesn't have cutout for a red dot?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not a lot of people like actually want to take advantage of that, but if you're a company like SIG and you're putting out like the 250s or the 320s with your own manufactured red dot, you know, that's what's really hot right now to us gun guys that have been shopping for pistols for a while now. For someone brand new into the market, they might not even care about that because, you know, they want to get good with irons first, hopefully.
But yeah, actually not really necessary. And I'm surprised I'm saying that, but it really is true.
Just the fact that
Not
it'd
really
be
necessary.
there. If you
If
you didn't use it, it's fine. But the fact that if you wanted to put a red dot on here, you'd still have to go get it machined and melted. That's, you know.
Yeah, well, XD Springfield just came out with theirs. They're selling one here locally at Tanner's for like $6.99, I think, with a red dot optic mounted on their XD pistol.
Yeah,
like from the factory. So I'm like, dude, again, a year or two behind. Get on it. Put the cutout there and just have it not even be an option. I just don't understand.
If Smith & Wesson acquired Crimson Trace needs to come out with a red dot, and that way, bam, you just slap it on there.
Well,
Got that.
It'll definitely be a 2.2 version.
Yeah.
2.2.0.2.3
performance center.
2.1.
Yeah, 2.1
right.
PC.
That's right. PC.
Performance center.
Oh. You PC, bro?
Not politically correct.
No, we're not PC here, bro.
No, not at all.
It'll be the 2.0 core PC.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah,
core, forgot about that.
All right, so now we get into, there's no listener feedback to really discuss. Always want to leave a couple seconds for Tony to talk about the Second is for Everyone diversity shoots Because if you're in Jersey and you're not getting involved with this, you're really missing out. Hell, even if you're close enough to Jersey to drive on over. If I wasn't on the opposite side of the country, I'd be shooting with Tony like every weekend if I could.
We're having fun over here. Second is for Everyone Diversity Shoot. The next one takes place on February 2nd. It's going to have if everything works out right, I'm going to have the new Ruger 1022 donated by Schaefer Precision Gunworks. I'm going to have the new High Point 9mm carbine. And I'm going to have my CZ 455 out there for people to shoot. That's pretty much probably what I'm bringing to this event. It's going to be a gun for hire range in Woodland Park, New Jersey. And it's going to be a lot of fun because I'm going to have my firearms. A lot of Second Amendment advocates will be there with their firearms. And we want to introduce new people to the Second Amendment family. We're going to have Second Amendment groups come in. We're going to have people like Sean there with Black Bag Resources. We're going to have Justifiable Force Training. He's going to be there and speak. It's just going to be all of the Second Amendment people coming out to make you feel welcome in the family. So if you have a bucket list of things you want to do, and one of them is you want to shoot like a, what do you call that thing? Desert Eagle 50 cal gold-plated pistol. Guess what? Gun for Hire has one for rent. You can come there and shoot it. It's just an awesome night of food and fun and shooting. Check out diversityshoot.com if you want to find out the next date, if you want to get a location, or even if you want to donate to it from anywhere else on the planet Earth. I have a donate button. You can help us out. If you own a Second Amendment business, contact me on the site and see if we can give some of your swag or goods away at the event and promote you on the website. All right. Thanks again. As always, every week. I appreciate you guys allowing me on to talk about what I do.
Yeah, my pleasure. So wrap it up. Send questions or comments to the new email, gungearreview@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review. Check out all the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. And be sure to visit the Firearms Insider website, Firearms Insider TV, for the reviews and more industry coverage. So I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. I hope you get all the gun and gear items that were on your wish list. I hope that you get to gather with your family and you appreciate the things that you have. And yeah, that's my Christmas message. What about you guys? I'll let everyone kind of plug their Christmas good tidings for the listeners.
Cool. Well, I'd like to wish everybody a happy holiday, happy Kwanzaa, and I have no idea what Kwanzaa is. Sorry. I really wish you guys all the best. Hope you're safe and have a great holiday.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with, Merry Christmas. Hope everybody has a safe Christmas, Happy New Year, all that fun stuff. If you get time off, take your family shooting.
There you go.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and resolve to take someone shooting next year. And good night, Felicia.
It's good night, Sean.
It's bye, Felicia. You
Bye, Felicia.
Anglo-Saxon.
Oh, he ruined it.
Oh my goodness!
God.
We got to come up with a whole
Screwed
new
it
saying
up.
for the end
Sorry.
of the show now.
Oh, it's done.
It's
Yeah.
bye, Sean.
This show just goes out for a whimper because I got all overexcited.
Wah, wah, wah.
He had a Waltons moment. Good night, John boy. Great.
All right. Night, everybody.
All right. Good night, guys. Merry Christmas.
Bye.